Yellow, how you doing? I'm glad you're here. It's Gummy. Consistency is a word that is thrown around a lot in regard to self-help or self-improvement. If you want to see change in your life, you need to be consistent. That seems to be a big motto in today's society. We, as humans, are creatures of habit. Consistency somewhat speaks to us in ways that motivation or discipline do not. Consistency somewhat resonates deeper. Nonetheless, the ideas around being consistent have changed. You must consistently wake up at 4:45 a.m., consistently lift the weight of the room when you're at the gym, or consistently report back to your email in X amount of minutes at work. Consistently be motivated or disciplined. With all that language or rhetoric around the word consistency, it's been super easy to let it mix in with the idea of discipline or motivation, when in reality, it's a small yet simple change that will change your life. Before we get going, what's something you hope to be a little bit more consistent at within the next calendar year? What makes you want to make this change? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to see it. And if you like uplifting, self-help style videos like this one, make sure to drop a like and subscribe. Alright, so let's break down this idea of consistency. First off, consistency is about reps or repetitions, repeating the same activity over a long period of time with little to no breaks. Now, when I say that, you probably go straight to the idea of thinking about the gym or how much earlier you need to start waking up. But I can bet that you are truly a consistent person already. Consistency shows up in things like brushing your teeth. It's a small, non-glamorous task, but it's life-changing. If you don't brush your teeth, well, bad things will happen. So you consistently brush your teeth, knowing that the future version of yourself will thank you for it. Going back to the idea of getting consistency mixed up with motivation, here's the difference between the two. Motivation is loud. Consistency is quiet. When I think of motivation, I think of the songs Mo Bamba or Seven Nation Army. It's that loud, hyped up song that gets everybody going, ready to run through a brick wall at any given moment. Consistency is the quiet playlist that may not get you ready to eat cement thanks to the hype, but it's one you'll always come back to and you never skip. It's like your favorite album. You're going to, and I'm going to say this as a matter of fact, you are going to run out of motivation at some point. There is not going to be that feeling of listening to Mo Bamba, ready for war every day. It's just not going to happen. That's why consistency is crucial in scenarios like this. Just because you aren't motivated or energized to take action, it doesn't mean you shouldn't or that you can't do it. Consistency will keep you on track. Why? Because consistency doesn't ask you to be perfect or revved up each and every day. It's the idea of simply showing up. I've had some people in my life, especially in college, really try to get into personal fitness. They bought all the gear, shirts, shoes, vitamins, and proteins based on that feeling of motivation. They're revved up, they're ready to go. And they worked their ass off for a bit and went absolutely bonkers in the gym. But since then, most of them have fallen off. They stopped being consistent. Individuals, and I've been in this boat too, expect that you need to show up to whatever tasks, workout, work, hobby, whatever you want to achieve with 100% focus, intensity, and motivation. And that is the equation for burnout. And going back to old habits. You do not need to be perfect to be consistent, just present. I want to say that again. You do not need to be perfect to be consistent, just present. What matters is showing up again and again and again. It doesn't need to be your best time, best workout, best hour of productivity. What matters is that you keep doing it. Whether it is at your top level or you're only feeling 40%, showing up is consistency. And now the more you show up, the more wins you are stacking. Yes, I am qualifying the act of showing up as a win, because that is all consistency is asking you to do. When you stack these wins on top of another, you start to feel something. What could it be? Yes, you probably feel a little vindicated or a little victorious, and rightfully so. But what starts changing is how you identify yourself, how you view yourself. For example, let's say you wanted to start journaling or you wanted to read more consistently. When you start stacking up these wins, you start to change your identity around these activities. Instead of someone who is trying to journal or trying to read, you are becoming a journaler or a reader. This idea really stems from James Clear's Atomic Habits. I cannot say enough good things about this book, but it really shifts the way you look at consistency. Each time you show up and do the thing, you vote for that identity. So, if you're someone who wants to work out, each day you go and do your thing at the gym, you're voting for that identity. The more votes, the more you resonate with that identity, the more you start to become that person you wanted to be. And to go back on my own video, which was titled You Suck at Everything, any skill you want to learn takes this roadmap too. You just have to show up, and that is being consistent. The only true downfall, and I say that really lightly, is that it does take time. It isn't sexy right away. It isn't loud. It isn't flashy. You may be on a fitness journey or your passion project is just underway, and you might start thinking, damn, I'm not seeing any results. I'm not seeing the progress that motivated me to start this in the first place. Remember this. You being consistent is sustainable. You being consistent is a vote for the future identity you want to embrace. Just because it may not be here right now at this very moment, that's okay. That's more than okay. It's acceptable. Because you know that if you stick with it, you stay consistent, the results will come. I promise you. And this is where it gets fulfilling. You do all of these tasks quietly, repeatedly. You vote for your identity with each opportunity, and boom, you look back at how much time has flown by. If you were to just get a simple 1% better at a task each day and just showed up, you will be shocked at the results once you finally stop and take a look back. Too many times we look for the wow factor in all the tasks we do or the shiny results that we can brag about to family and friends. But that's not why we start our journeys. We start to improve ourselves and prove to ourselves that we can do something we set our mind to. I'm personally guilty of always looking ahead, thinking of results, and then boom, falling out of the routine. Lately, I've caught myself doing a lot of talking rather than doing. Whether that's my fitness journey, my diet, my level of consumption or creation, I've been extremely critical of myself. And honestly, I wrote this script not only as an appreciation and guide for the idea about being consistent, but I also wrote it as a reminder to myself that consistency will always win. I don't need divine inspiration or rah-rah motivation to get work done. I just need to show up and be consistent. So yeah, maybe that's the quiet truth in all of this. You don't need to change everything overnight. You don't need to be loud about it. You just need to keep showing up. Because real growth, it doesn't come from the loudest moment or the biggest breakthrough. It comes from the days where no one's watching, no one claps, nobody cheers. It comes from the days where you almost skipped, but you didn't. Over time, all those little votes you cast for the person you want to become, they start to add up. That ideal version of yourself isn't some distant dream. It is on its way, and it gets closer and closer with each step you take, each time you show up. Consistency will change your life, and all you have to do is show up. Whatever you are working toward, please keep showing up. Quietly and perfectly, consistently. Thank you for tuning in to today's video. I hope you have a good rest of your week. Thank you.